This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Circa Barakil, Remy Asalia, Arcadia Lunashine, Alex Franco AV, Casey Schaefer, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimsdaughter, Nat Clay, Lily Black, AJ Brainswordson, Bob CC, Mikto Rabentau, Faris Gentoru, Salpa Chakwatol, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, Winebow Brood, Pamela Isley, Camille Grinnell, Face on Masher, Elendriel Maximus, Codred No, Mira Miri, Bade Barbalay, Suno Chicano, Celesto Nuatrell, Lazy Boy, and a bag of Dragonite. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Eorzeans. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 245. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston and Rollo Des. It is May 8th, 2021. Happy Liberation Day in most of Europe. I think it's also VE Day for some parts, which is Victory in Europe Day. That's all I know about today. That's today's fun fact. Today, main topics. There's multiple interviews out there right now. There's probably more to come. It feels like it's an avalanche that is currently ongoing, but there are interviews with Yoshi-P coming out. All over the place. Today we'll be discussing an interview done by Frosty with Yoshi-P. We will also look through some of the, all of the dev messages left on the FanFest website, because believe it or not, FanFest is a week away, which is, I don't understand it. I can't believe we're here already.
We know everything. It's so fucked up.
Yeah. So that's that. We'll also hopefully be reading some MogMail today. Maybe one or two. We'll see. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be reading questions from the syndicate as usual. So make sure you catch that as well. Okay, so channel updates. Because it is May, and possibly the worst, most stressful month this year, there are multiple delays to channel content. All of it should be out in May, but it's been shifted a little. Core, as you know, was delayed from its April 31st release, or 30th. I don't know how many days there are in the end of April. And it's still ongoing, but it should be out very soon. That unfortunately also means that Ceruleum Reactor has been delayed, and anything else really that's supposed to come out. Nothing else will. It's like a plug. Core is a plug that has been put into the content hole, and the only
you fell in that hole.
The only way to get all the other content out is to pull out the core plug, so that everything else can. That's all. Let's jump into.
Is it?
No, it is not. Sorry. Two important things.
Oh, no.
Two important things. We are covering FanFest. Like I mentioned earlier, FanFest is happening. I should have had fancy graphics. We don't have that. The plug. So there will be. We'll post a graphic. Probably on the Discord. Very soon with all the times listed, and on our website.
Do you think it'll?
Yeah,
and possibly in the description of this video.
Yes. It'll probably link to the website. Probably there'll be a link in the description. Eurovision is also coming up, and we start on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, on the 11th Here is
Oh,
Here are the times. So we start the pre-show on Tuesday the 11th starts at 8 p.m. Central European, 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EDT. That is 8 p.m. Central European, 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EDT. Make sure you catch that. Okay, that's that. And it's time for recent events. All right. In recent events, Butterfinger. If anyone says Butterfinger again, I'm going to kill them. There's Butterfinger memes everywhere.
Yeah.
The Butterfinger collab.
collab.
It really is a collab at this point.
Yeah.
But it is a campaign. It is still ongoing. There's been a lot of Butterfinger memes. I've seen them all. I've seen them all. The
stores are just empty. You just go into a grocery store, you go into the to the candy aisle, and you look where the Butterfingers were.
Yeah.
Just an empty hole. It's like, damn, the fucking Final Fantasy people really cleared out the Butterfingers in this like Harris Teeter. Like, what happened?
I think it's funny.
We have so much power.
I think it's funny that a lot of people are now discovering that their colleagues play 14 because they suddenly have like lots of Butterfinger at work.
Yeah, that's what I did. It's like I don't want these many, but I like them not like that. Yeah. I was like, here, have these 2 fucking fun-sized bags because I'm not gonna eat this.
Yeah. It's crazy. Apparently, there was an update from the account that there are now more mount codes coming for Butterfinger. Does that mean they ran out?
No, they didn't run out yet, but they said there was a limited number, so assumedly they're getting ahead of the game and making sure they get more codes before they do run out.
That's good. Start a new service for you guys. You give me $5 and I buy you Butterfingers. There you go. Official speakers Butterfinger service.
Yeah, love that. So yeah. What?
It's more like you give me $5, I get Butterfingers, you get a code.
I don't want Butterfingers. I don't know. I'll feed it to someone, but you get what you want.
Yeah. Butterfinger probably. This is a good idea for Butterfinger. I think their sales probably.
It's an easy promotion too.
Yes,
it's like, thankfully, at least so far. I don't know if there's gonna be like a Butterfinger shortage or something like.
Oh no!
Next week.
The great Butterfinger shordage of 2021.
It's gonna be like that stupid Szechuan sauce McDonald's thing.
Oh,
where people were fighting over it.
Yeah.
I still think it's very strange and archaic that you have to upload a picture of a receipt to get the code.
Yeah, it's weird that they don't have like a code on the back or something, but okay, well, or inside it would be.
And it wouldn't be on the back of the. It would have to be inside because otherwise people would just go to stores, take pictures of Butterfinger codes, and then run away.
Yeah, that's true.
We did learn that those codes were region free, so
yeah.
If you Europeans don't want to deal with it, just find an American friend.
This is your chance before you find out what kind of terrible and cursed method of obtaining
before Square Enix notices and puts region lock on them.
Yeah.
So do it now.
They didn't
we just mentioned it on the podcast, so maybe they're like,
we fucked it up.
Yeah,
we fucked it up.
Hey, if that's the case, blame Rollo. That's Rollo's fault.
I think they're gonna do that.
Well, we'll see. They've done weirder things. All right, let's jump into the next part. There's more information on FanFest stuff. There's messages from the devs, messages from the team section now on the FanFest website, and it has some messages and some cute drawings of beavers on the on it. There's some interesting things being said in here. Well, especially here from Ishikawa's greeting. So I guess we'll just open with that. there's I think we'll get to it. You can already see Koji Fox's drawing is pretty epic, but we'll get to it. All right, here's Ishikawa's greeting or message. Main job in spirit. Ishikawa, of course, main scenario writer. As an adventurer myself, I'd be a bard.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. I want a favorite NPC. I want to answer everyone, but I'll be told that's not what we meant. If I went out of my way to pick characters that haven't been fully revealed yet, I'd say Fandaniel and his... Question mark?
Oh.
And his...
His...
I mean, what do you think it means?
Umbral's right. Yes. Thank you.
No.
Oh, thank you, Umbral. Thank you. You said what I was thinking. I was hoping someone would say it. His Butterfinger. I don't know what that is. It feels like it's it must be a is it a I don't know what it is.
His
Yep.
alter ego. I don't know.
I have no idea, but it's intriguing that he's like Fandaniel and something else.
Yeah.
Okay. Message to adventurers. To the person at the 2016 fan festival who asked about Estinian's surname. We wrapped up the details regarding that in 6.0, so please take a look. Aside from topics we can't implement, I think I've finally answered all the inquiries I received at previous fan festivals. So with that burden off my shoulders, I'd also like to enjoy the digital fan festival. Yes, with that burden off my shoulders, I'm not done writing. Yeah.
So I thought we knew Estinian's last name, but I guess Wormblood is just a title, which makes sense.
That's true. Yeah. So that's
it's true. It's very true now. That was his title before he had Wormblood inside himself.
True. Okay. Next is from Saki. Takiyanagi, quest designer. That's a cute. It's a beaver and my favorite mod
Paisa.
in 14. Paisa.
Yeah.
Quest designer. Main job in spirit, warrior, as I aim to live each day like a powerful one. My main job in 14 is white mage.
Yeah, okay.
I see. Yeah, well, it says main job in spirit, so I guess. Favorite NPC. It's hard to pick one since I have memories of every character, but one that I have especially fond memories of is Alpha. They saved us numerous times during the story, and its adorableness heals my heart. Not to mention, they really helped me out when I appeared during the letter live. Thank you, Alpha. Alpha... interesting. I don't know if
real mystery dungeon fans out here.
Yeah. Message to adventurers. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy XIV. I'd like to continue to wholeheartedly work on bringing you all new adventures. As a warrior of light myself, I'll be enjoying today's events too. So, nice to meet you. Okay. Next is Yoshimogi, which is the lead character concept artist, that was an interview we read last week, right? With this person. I think that was...
I don't think so.
Oh, they were not the lead? They were just a character concept artist, I guess. This is their boss, I would assume.
I believe Yusuke Mogi was the one that was with Ishikawa when she did her interviews, when she was at panels in America last year. Or the year before that, actually.
Yeah. Right, okay. I don't remember... Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the person, the one we read last week. Yeah, so Yosuke Mogi, there's a cute... That's a cool...
A little beef.
Yeah.
They really just pick like one minion or monster every expansion to just obsess over. Huh?
Yeah. Main job in spirit, white mage, black mage, red mage. Current. Okay. Favorite NPC, Estinian. I like how he's a man of war and an anti-hero, though he's softened up some. Message to adventurers. Congratulations on another fan festival. This year's fan festival is a little different from usual, but there's plenty of details and surprises for you all. While it's unfortunate that I couldn't see you all in person, we may not have this event format again, and I think it'll be a fan festival for us to remember. So please enjoy it to its fullest. Okay.
Next beaver.
Oh,
that's cute.
that is cute.
Yeah.
This is Shinya Ichida,
Yes.
art team lead. Main job in spirit, samurai. I'm using a bamboo sword, or so I'm told.
What?
What?
That doesn't make any. What?
Okay.
An inside joke.
Oh yeah, it must be. Favorite NPC? I guess it'd be Thancred. The way he clumsily interacts with Winfilia and Reen is charming. On the other hand, I can't really trust a guy who can pat ladies on the head so easily.
Who are you, Yoko Taro?
Message to adventurers. What do you think of the new Sage job we announced during the announcement showcase? Their weapon design is brand new to the Final Fantasy series. As a developer, I enjoy the trial and error we're going through to create the new job's actions. The other new job, which will probably be announced during the fan festival, is really cool in its own unique way, so please look forward to it. I'll continue to work on 6.0 full throttle.
Probably be announced.
It might not
Definitely.
be.
What if it wasn't?
Infuriating.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this little
Masato
beaver.
Shida, background artist. Yeah, that's a cute one. Holding a little flower.
Oh.
Background artist. So, main job in spirit. Yoshida gave me the nickname Shida Magic during the development panel on environment design. So I guess that makes me a conjurer. That said, my cast times are pretty long. Okay. Funny.
Shida magic.
Favorite NPC. Matoya and General Ranjit of Yulmore. They're full of wisdom.
Interesting.
They're full of wisdom, and I admire them for being so energetic, even at their old age. Wait a minute. Maybe Asumiyan of the Conjurers Guild is even older? Pretty sure.
I guarantee you he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never expected Ranjit to be a developer favorite.
No.
At all. You know what? There's
No.
got to be someone out there.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Ranjit is more likely to be a developer favorite. Because I think they're more likely to make characters that they find interesting. It's just a matter of how well they resonate with the audience.
Okay.
Okay.
I respect it.
Message to adventurers. Viewing comments and screenshots on social media are a motivator for me. It makes me especially happy when I see your beautiful landscape screenshots. I can't help but express my happiness and quietly thank you in my mind while staring at my monitor. I'd like to take this opportunity to actually voice my appreciation. Thank you very much. I'm very glad we were able to have the fan festival again this year. Let's all enjoy this special festival, and please look forward to Endwalker coming this fall. Now for the best beaver of the bunch. Koji Fox, giant beaver.
That's just Koji Fox has to be.
It's beautiful. I love its human nose.
I hate these answers too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
he
like
is.
the second
Koji, he is. Okay, main job in spirit, Beastmaster Warrior. Cool. Favorite NPC, Hunbergt Longshaft, which Longhaft. Sorry, I want it to be Longshaft.
I know you want to say shaft.
Longshaft. I mean, come on.
That's the joke.
Hunbergt Longhaft. I believe this
NPC.
Isn't that?
He's a Fade NPC, yes.
Yeah.
And he appears in. He has one post Moogle quest as well.
Does he? I don't know about that.
Hunbergt is legitimately his favorite NPC, though. I have vague memories of him talking about it.
That's true, chat. There is
forums.
The post Moogle quest featuring him is called Stroking the Haft.
Yeah. So Koji Fox has talked about him many times before. It is legitimately. This is not a meme. This is his favorite NPC in the
Well,
game.
it is a meme. But
I mean, it is a meme,
true.
but it's not. He's not memeing about it like, oh, my favorite NPC because it's a funny name. No, this is it. This is Koji Fox's favorite NPC.
Canon.
Yeah, canon.
Where's the fan art? I want to see him like right up there with like Graha, Emmett.
Yeah.
Hungbert.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Message to adventurers from Koji Fox. To think that a mere 8 years ago, the Warriors of Light were bound to the confines of Eorzea, yet today they make for the stars. And here I am, stuck in my basement behind a second-hand office desk with a strange stain on it that won't come off no matter how hard I scrub. I want to go to the moon too. Why can't I go to the moon? Oh wait, I can. See you all there. There you go.
Stain. I think you get some pine saw. I don't know. That's a little nasty.
Okay. Toshio Marucci, FoxClan, global community producer. Again, cute beaver. Main job in spirit. I'm a white mage through and through, but my heart's wavering towards Sage. I think all healers' hearts are wavering towards Sage because it's the first time we've got a new healer class since Heaven's
it looks
Word.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
In 6 years.
It's been 6 years. Favorite NPC, I am forever loyal to Kane Senna. Of course, as a white mage. Message to adventurers. After overcoming various obstacles and transforming into a digital event, the fan festival is back after 2 years. I'm just glad that we can still hold this event. Let's all celebrate during these 2 days. Okay. Matt Hilton. This looks like, it's funny because if you didn't know the context, kind of looks like a butt. Doesn't it?
Like an ass with fangs?
Yeah, ass with fangs. A living
the thing
ass.
that I talk about during streams that I'm not going to mention here because this is a podcast and it's going live on YouTube.
That's true. I mean, it's like a fanged ass and not a teeth ass. But, yeah. Main job in spirit.
You said it.
Matt Hilton, Director of Community for North America. Main job in spirit. White mage, blood for the blood lily. Favorite NPC, Y'shtola, because she's great at being calm, cool, and collected, or full of snark and attitude as the situation dictates. Message to adventurers. This fan festival is quite unique this time, but everyone has worked hard to create a fun show for Warriors of Light around the world to experience. We hope you enjoy yourselves. Okay, we will. Oh, I thought for a second that this beaver was standing on a skateboard and like doing a kickflip.
Oh shit! Alfino real.
Cactuars will rule over the worlds someday. Okay. This is Matthew Nod, which is community representative for France. Français. Main job in spirit. Take a guess. You're all sacrifices for my blood. White mage is really.
What is okay? The white mage rep is real.
Yeah. You're all sacrifices for my blood lilies. It's white mage, of course. Favorite NPC. Probably an odd choice, but the first one that comes to mind is Pippin. He's always... Oh, yeah, Pippin is good. He's always doing his best to be supportive and to prove his worth. I just want to give him a hug. Message to adventurers. Hello, 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 and thank you. Yes, you, for playing. Organizing a fan festival would have been pointless if it wasn't for all you wonderful Warriors of Light. So I hope you'll enjoy it. I was almost expecting someone to have that free trial meme as their message to adventurers. I think I would do that.
Don't worry. There's going to be additional messages throughout the week. There's still a chance.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Natasha Cheng, community representative for UK and PAL regions. I love that we use PAL. Oh, whoopsie daisy. I love that we use PAL as just... I mean, it's... Yeah, interesting. Main job in spirit. Astrologian. Oh, sorry, the drawing. It's a beaver chasing a butterfly. Well, PAL used to be a television standard.
It did.
And now it's just become a thing that we use for...
The PAL
regions that used that standard.
Essentially, Europe and Australia is essentially the PAL regions.
Yeah. Main job in spirit. Astrologian. Stars are awesome, and I like to throw cards at people.
We did it. Astrologian rep.
Yeah. Favorite NPC, Nanamo Ulnamo, because she's both adorable and selfless. And message to adventurers, Lollyho 14 family, thank you all so much for your support over the years. Let's have a wonderful fan festival together. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. There you go.
Don't reference things that people don't understand.
I can do that. We don't have to say anything. It's just between us and our little club. All right. That's that. That's the messages from the team
Released so far.
Yeah, there will be more coming over time, so make sure you check in there. We will probably, I don't know if we'll go back and read any of that, because it's about to get, well, I mean, FanFest is coming before the next episode, so we won't.
Yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of Fan Festival, they mentioned also that there was going to be some digital events happening during FanFest as well. We've already talked about the Estates of the Realm. Now here is Moogle Treasure Festival 2021, which will start on May 14th at 1 a.m. PDT and last until June 14th at 7:59 a.m. PDT. And here is the website. It's what you'd expect, but there is some new stuff in here. To commemorate this year's Fan Festival, we're holding a very special Moogle Treasure Trove event with a number of extravagant prizes, with significantly increased irregular tombstone rewards for completing objectives. You won't want to miss out on this limited time event. So, we all know how it works. We all know the time. You all know this. But
well, we don't know.
There's a new icon for the thing, for the things. And there you go. Now, what's worth noting is that tombstone yields have been increased in this event. And that's odd because I thought, okay, they've increased. I don't even know what I thought. I thought maybe they've increased the prices of the items. They haven't. Like, the prices are the same. So you'll get them faster than... I guess it's because it's a very limited time event. It's just a month.
It's actually longer.
Really?
It's longer than a regular
I would
Moogle Tome event.
I would assume it's because they kind of want you to do this like during FanFest so that you can technically get whatever you want in like 2 days, maybe.
Yeah, I assume that's the case, but they chose to make the event a month long.
Yeah, that's true. Which, yeah. Right. So, Labyrinth of the Ancients gives you 6. All of the Alliance raids, except for Mock, which gives 10. Dunscaith giving 14. Oh, sorry, Void Ark giving 8. Yeah, so the Void... Okay, hold on. So, Crystal Tower gives 6. Void Ark 8. Weeping City 10. Dunscaith 14. Rabanaster 10, Readerana Lighthouse 12, Orbon Monastery 14, and then Copied Factory, Puppets Bunker, and the Tower of Paradigms at Paradigm's Breach all give 10. So they don't care. So that is interesting, isn't it?
It is the first time that any Shadowbringers content is giving Moogle Tomes.
Yes, yes. Then there's...
This is the weird one.
Yeah. Alex Fist, Cuff, Arm, and Burden of the Father give 2 tombstones. Delta's Escape V1 through 4 gives 2. And Eden's Gate, all 4, gives 3. Okay.
Maybe the first tier.
Yeah.
Of all 3 raid series.
Yeah. In Trials...
This one's also weird, actually.
Minstrel's Ballad, Nidhogg's Rage, 8. And Minstrel's Ballad, Hades' Elegy is 10. So...
Why these 2?
I don't know.
Why not Shinryu?
But
I think I might just queue into Hades just to get some quick tomes now.
But this is the best part.
This is extreme, Rollo.
Oh, it's extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Castrum Meridianum, 14. Praetorium, 20.
20.
So you can suffer through Praetorium again and get 20 tombstones each run. And then...
Considering how much more I need for the stupid mark / Evilise part of the relic, I'm probably going to get plenty from there as well.
Yeah. And Frontline and is that Hidden Gorgeous?
That's Rival
that
Wings.
Rival Wings.
Yeah, Rival Wings. 6 or 10. So 6 if you lose, 10 if you win. Now, everything else is the same, but here there's a new item. The Great Serpent of Ringa.
It's cute.
It's
a good name.
It's a,
Ringa. I didn't notice.
That is the Great Serpent of Ronka as a ring. Very cute. Can be yours for 100 tomestones.
Worth.
Yeah, only
That's 5.
only 5 prey runs, and you have the ring.
Yeah.
I'll get this.
Yeah. There's also the head from Avir's head from Palace of the Dead.
Palace of the Dead.
I think we can't go through all of this. Oh, hey, look at that! It's the Scarf of Wondrous Wit.
Yeah, I know, for one tome. I think I go through all of it, but I think we should point out that you can get the sweat and the shiver emotes from this event.
The old Eureka emotes, I think, right?
Oh yeah. The Eureka emotes. Yeah.
Oh my God. They know that the shiver emote is the more valuable one. They made it 80 tomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the hairstyles too.
Yeah.
Heaven on high ones.
Yeah.
This is good. I'm sure there's lots of people who don't have a lot of this stuff, and it's not just old extreme mounts. So.
And then there's a bunch of publicly contest designed stuff at the bottom, both housing stuff and gear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fucking the lost Allegan gear offending.
Yeah.
And the Scalic.
Yeah.
I will say, don't spend your Moogle tomes on lost Allegan gear.
No.
Much cheaper to buy it with Poetics at this point.
Yes.
I'll go to your house and give you a slap if you do that. I promise. We'll slap.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother talking about, giving away Eureka stuff now. It is whatever. I gave up.
Do you have those emotes anyway?
I don't.
Yeah, fuck that. Everyone get it.
Yeah, the pain that people went through to get that emote has been nullified now.
And you know what feels good, Lukiel?
Yeah,
I don't have
because
to
people like you.
Because I don't have to go.
Who just sat on his ass and just bitched about it for like months. Now I get it for nothing.
I take pleasure in knowing other people suffered to get it, and I can just fumble my way through it to get it now. I'm fucking victorious.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that upsets me is Rollo. Is primarily Rollo.
No one's going back there to get that fucking emote. No,
that's untrue.
Yeah, people
going there, Georgie?
People have been doing that.
Don't. No, I'm not speaking for myself, Rollo. I'm speaking for the crazy people that will go in there, do bunny fates, and hope that they get the shiver emote in Pagos.
No, you don't have to. So everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Except for the people that were making like 1 million gil per emote they sold on the market board.
Yeah.
You'll find it's something else to make gil on. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, I gave up on this when they did the whole Manderville earrings bullshit. All right. So
the White Raven earring.
Oh yeah, the White Raven. No, the White Raven earrings. Is the worst.
So funny.
The white wasn't the white. How did this go again? They made the White Raven earrings the actual White Raven earrings, right?
Oh.
And then when there was backlash, they were like, maybe we should in the next one we'll make them replica ones, right? And so they gave us replica Manderville earrings. But they still given wasn't that how it went?
The Manderville and the White Raven were at the same event.
Oh, they were
the
same
real
event.
ones. And then the replicas were the ones that were put on the Mog station.
Oh, that's how it went. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. That's so fucked up.
I think I remember I used to have like almost for a year and a half. I had the White Ravens glammed on just to spray people because it was so fucking funny.
Yeah. God, now that was a piss in the face. But yeah, there you go. Last point to mention is that this is also related to FanFest. The recipes, I'm not going to show. Oh, fuck, I'm going to show it on screen, aren't I?
Well, we're going to show it.
The Eorzea cafe at home thing has been released. It's a recipe. It's recipes for things to make at home, and I guess it's no longer a joke that I'm going to make a cooking segment during the show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be making one of these things, or two probably, because there's. You need a okay. Well,
can you make our bear's drink, but like
I was going
drink?
to, but the ingredients are too
weird.
wild.
What are they?
Well, we'll get to it. Here's
okay.
Here's giant beaver croquettes. That's
All
cute. Right. The thing is, a lot of this is very difficult for, let's say, a Nordic to make, because a lot of this is hard to get.
It's very Japanese ingredients.
Yeah, like Japanese wheat gluten. Like, where do I get that?
Can substitute. No, that's just a garnish. You can substitute with any cute garnish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That's the little colorful orbs you see there.
Oh, I see.
Miso paste. Okay, I'm thinking. You can find
okay.
that.
Okay.
I'm sure you can get miso paste.
Ham and cheese. I can get that. I can get that.
This would probably be the easiest one to make at all, though.
No. The easiest one.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
It even says. It even has the culinarian recipe level here, which is funny. Okay, this one.
Omurice, it's fucking disgusting.
I know, which is why I think I'm gonna make it, Rollo.
Yeah, I was waiting to get to this because I knew you'd hate it.
Yeah.
Stop with the ketchup.
I agree. 100%. The ketchup is gross. So
this ketchup looks gross. I agree. It looks very chunky.
Yeah, Tombri rice, which is omelette rice with ketchup on it and a slab of butter on top, which I just that I cannot.
It's like a medallion of butter. I think that's the official cooking terminology for it.
Is Japanese ketchup different like mayonnaise is or something?
No, not in my experience.
It's just
there's usually like slight variations in like how it's made, but that's very different like for every part of the world. But it's ketchup, Rollo. I don't think you'd. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably just Heinz ketchup right on there, Rollo. Moogle honey toast.
This is cute.
It's cute, but there's a lot in this one.
This looks complicated to make.
Yeah. It's half a loaf of white bread. Tortilla. The recipe uses a bat-shaped cookie cutter to cut the tortilla. Like, I'm not gonna bother with that. That's fucked up.
You have to. Come on. Yeah, they did the fucking tortilla.
He's not making this one, Rollo.
No, I'm not making this one. This is too much. It's got honey and butter oil and French parsley, fried pasta.
He needs to get an orchid flower.
Yeah.
Can you eat that? Is that edible?
It's not for eating.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate
why
it when they
put it
put.
on
Yeah, I agree, Rollo. When people put like things you can't eat on food, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
It's one thing to garnish. It's nothing to put a fucking flower you can't even eat.
Yeah.
So, is it hollowed out, or are you actually supposed to eat half a loaf of bread?
No, I think
it's hollowed out.
Yeah, you hollow it out, right? Make 4 incisions in the bread. Oh, no.
See, that's just as incisions. It doesn't say hollow it out. That's why I'm confused and scared.
I've always seen them as hollowed out things, like those little loaf things. So
maybe you push it down. Wait, it doesn't say. Season with butter, oil, and honey, then toast in an oven.
I mean, there is a video which we can't watch right now, so maybe they do show it being hollowed out. But the I've personally. Oh, okay.
I need to know.
Well.
Because you cut it like.
Oh.
No. This is too much bread. Bread is not.
You do not eat half a loaf of bread.
No.
Not by yourself.
You know, I mean,
I also find it weird to make like a dessert out of white bread. But that's just.
I mean, if it's American bread liqueur.
That's true. That's true.
Ah, look, little bat wings. So cute.
Oh, they're making bat wings. Oh yeah, I'm just realized we're on the podcast. We're not just.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I wasn't sure
Sorry,
about watching this.
well, I just needed to know if they hollowed it out. Anyways, Sky, this one.
This is
No.
the simplest one, Rollo.
This one,
What is
this
this?
is probably the drink I will have with my disgusting ketchup omelet. Sky blue dye, which is milk and cream and heavy whipping cream with
I
blue
was gonna say-
dye.
Generous to call this a drink.
Yeah, this is whatever this is.
It looks so viscous.
This, are you supposed to like? What are you supposed to do with this?
Drink it.
No,
What do you mean, no?
I
drink
don't
this.
know.
You'll die.
It's yeah.
Why the dye? Why they make?
I don't know.
Why the dye? Because it's sky blue dye, Roller.
Why do I need to?
It is yeah, this is just
This makes me a little sick just looking at it.
and the worst part is that you have whole milk, whipped cream, and then heavy whipping cream. Can you imagine the fattiness of this milk?
God help you if you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah, this is how you kill lactose intolerant people. You serve them this.
This, in addition
You'll
to
shit
Lakeel
for
probably
weeks.
making this, I'm probably going to have one of these during the fan fest, Roller.
So the thing, like, I would understand if this was kind of like a cream, like kind of like a buttercream kind of thing, like maybe you put on cakes, like it's kind of a little thick like that. This is just dyed, heavy whipped milk mixed with whole milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
This doesn't taste good.
It's gonna taste like milk and cream.
There's no like.
Yeah.
Which is vile. I feel like it's yeah. I like milk. I love milk. I love cream. I don't want to drink them together. You know, there's a point where it's just too fat. I don't.
It's not even a shake. It's not even a shake. If it was a shake,
yeah,
totally get it. There's no fucking ingredients. It's just milk.
No, there's cream in there too.
Yeah, there's whipped cream though. You put whipped cream in there, so I guess it gets a little airy. See, puts the whipped cream in.
What's this gonna taste like? It's gonna taste like milk.
It's gonna taste like thick milk.
Yeah,
thick,
airy milk.
You could have easily made this like a smoothie. It's something.
Yeah,
no.
I think that's what baffles me the most is that there's no flavor added to the milk.
Yeah.
Why not make it like, I mean, it's blue dye, so maybe blueberry milk or something, but this is
you could have easily
milk.
put vanilla extract.
Yes.
That would probably be like edible.
Yeah. Look at us, the chefs, discussing how to improve this recipe.
It's just insane. What like maniac? It was like, yeah, we're gonna put this on the side.
This is just what I like to call show food. It's like food that's not meant to be eaten. It's just we can make it, so why not? So there you go. This one's funny for one specific reason. This is Mud Pie Chocolate Plate. And the funny thing here is that it is literally just calling for one slice of chocolate cake in it. It doesn't even expect you to make the cake. You just need this is an interesting recipe, but it's cute. It's got a mud pie thing on it.
Can we do like during FanFest? Can we all please have like the blue dye together, like celebrate?
How
we could
you expect us to make that in like our hotel room? How
no,
I
mean on the
on the stream.
I mean,
I thought you meant like because we're not going to be together and like okay.
Yeah, let's just chug. We'll
chug it. Let's chug it on the stream. Okay, fine.
I'll get some milk.
Awful.
I hate milk, by the way. I fucking hate that shit.
You hate milk?
I don't like it.
We're not having this discussion.
This is not the time for this discussion.
The last recipe is Arbert, the first Warrior of Light, which is a drink with
This looks like it'd be very good with like a little bit of vodka in it.
Of course, the drunk. The drunk.
Of course
the
you
drunk
would
is
say that.
speaking.
Oh, sincerely, it seems like a nice cocktail.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, yes. Yeah. It is not though in this recipe. It is grape juice, grapes. It's a grape drink.
Syrup.
Yeah, and raspberry sauce as well. So it has, red grape juice and grape syrup and
Okay.
raspberry sauce.
Where are you supposed to get the Ardbear's Axe cookie?
Oh,
Great question.
Wouldn't it be the best thing if they had like a link to the Square Enix store?
Can we see a little bit of video? I just want to see. Like, is it just like? They just print out a cookie?
So
They just make a cookie and put like a little edible sticker on there?
let's get to the end.
That's probably what it is. I don't think they're going to show where it comes from. This just comes
Yeah.
from off screen, Rollo.
It just appeared.
All right.
There it is.
Mm. Oh, these are just from their cafe. That makes sense.
Yeah, they are from the Eorzea cafe. Okay, well there you go.
All right. What a lineup.
Yes.
Okay, these are all available at the actual cafe. Who are these maniacs that are ordering sky blue dye?
Who goes to a restaurant and orders milk?
Actually,
Hello. I'd like some
no.
milk.
Excuse me. I think we know someone that would order milk at a restaurant.
That's true.
First, I don't want to think about that.
Okay, right. That's it for FanFest stuff. So main story. This is the interview that Frosty did with Naoki Yoshida. So I think we'll just jump into the question. The questions. Hello, Yoshida-san. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my questions. I'd like to first post a few... There's also a video of this, by the way, that you can watch on Frosty's channel. So make sure you go
Which will
watch
probably
that.
be linked in the description.
It will. Both the text version and the video will be linked in the description. Hello, Yoshida-san. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my questions. I'd like to first post a few topics from the raiding community. Did you and the development team watch players progress through and solve the mechanics in Delubrum Regine Savage on the first clears following release? If so, what was your reaction or thoughts in regards to how the first groups completed the content? Did anything surprise you or catch your attention in particular? Yoshida says, thank you, as always, for your support. There are quite a few Japanese players who watch Mog Talk, and I'm sure they look forward to new episodes of the show as we do. Now, on to the questions. We always watch along as players take on new content. With Delubrum Regine, I was surprised at how quickly players discovered the secret of the mini trap. I believe people may have been able to guess the secret since there was a somewhat similar hidden mechanic in the Baldessian arsenal. But even so, I was simply amazed by our players' power of observation. Hats off to them. Next time we develop content like BA or DR, I'll make sure there is more of a twist to these kinds of things. Because this was the first 48-person high-difficulty raid in the game, many of the boss fight mechanics were intended to be handled by each individual. While that was a deliberate choice, next time I'm thinking of adding more mechanics that need to be handled by groups. Evil grin.
I love coordinating with 48 people.
Come on, stack, please.
I mean, it would be fun if it was like actually coordinated, but I have never done that, so
No.
I don't want to be on the Discord call with 48 other people yelling.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the
That's
the new
a lot. How do you even maintain I wish I could try it once just to like understand how it works, because to me 48 people in a call, that's a lot of people, potential voices. Do they have like leaders?
No, I'm sure it's just like there's like party or are unmuted and everyone else just listens in or whatever.
Okay, right.
Why is it that anything that requires significant numbers of people to coordinate and is supposed to be high level content always comes with a penalty for failing?
Well, I mean, I guess it's a penalty for not coordinating correctly. I
mean, you don't de-level when you wipe in Savage.
No, that's true. Yeah, that is weird. I mean, I guess that's part of that difficulty thing. That's part of that content, I guess. All right. The secret of the mini trap. What was that?
I don't know what that is. I
We have not done it because
none of us ever did it. We unlocked it, Rolla, but we never did it.
Yeah,
Because we were waiting for the others, and it
Though-
never happened. Yeah.
I think they're talking about Delubrum, though, aren't they?
No. Oh, sorry. That's no. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You know, he brought up. There's a similar hidden mechanic in the Baldessian arsenal. It says.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Delubrum we never did either.
But quickly, on a related note, if you unlock Delubrum, I don't know if they've fixed it yet. There is a text error where it says something, and then it says, "This has been changed to fit the style guide."
Oh,
That has not been removed.
right.
yeah,
that's true.
So...
Sorry, I said we didn't do Delubrum. We have done Delubrum. I was thinking the Savage version is the one we haven't done, but that's not 48, is it? That's small, right?
No.
Wait.
Delubrum normal is 24. Savage is 48.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's how it was. Okay. Right. Next question. Are there any additional types of content or additions to existing content you have considered introducing with Endwalker or beyond for players who like challenging raid content? Well, we currently do have Savage and Ultimate raids, and occasionally another type of large-scale challenge like BA or DR Savage. I'd be curious to know the stance on bringing new challenging content to the game, perhaps something like Savage difficulty dungeons. Yoshida says, I'd like to refrain from giving away too many specifics at this time, but I think the chances of doing large-scale challenging content is greater than creating high-difficulty content meant for smaller groups. It's not that we are unable to create high-difficulty content for small groups, but currently I'm a bit more hesitant with that direction overall. In the case of a 4-player high-difficulty dungeon, there is much less room for players to work with. There's much less room for players to work with when it comes to party deaths or mistakes. If even a single party member is incapacitated or makes a mistake, it will invariably lead to a wipe, with not much leeway to save the run or come up with a creative solution. Another major reason is because our community continues to grow. Naturally, this is bringing in many casual players, and I believe that when looking at the bigger pictures, large-scale content will be easier for all players to get into. If anything, one possibility might be high-difficulty floors of the Deep Dungeon series, but please stay tuned for future announcements. This is an interesting thing he's just said. This is an increasing worry that higher difficulty content is being not prioritized to instead prioritize stuff that is easier to do for casual players. It's the endless discussion in all MMOs, I guess.
I would
also.
Why can't you have entry-level hard content with 4 people, with like your friends or a party finder? That seems...
We've been asking for 4-level high-level content since A Realm Reborn. It's weird why they don't want to do that.
The closest we have is what's it called?
The Great Hunt?
Rathalos.
Yeah, Rathalos.
Yeah, the Great Hunt.
Yeah.
I think people cared. Like, I understand that, like, if you lose a person in a 4-man party, it is a bigger penalty when you're doing high level content. But I feel like a 4-man group is more like you're more likely to be doing it with people that you know.
Yeah.
So it's less likely you're not going to be yelling at strangers in the same way that you possibly might if you were doing it with 4 randoms, but you're not doing it with 4 randoms. You're doing it with 4 people that you're comfortable with for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you don't have to use like the duty finder for this savage content where you're scared of strangers.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd be such a good introduction to get people from, more casual 4-man content or 8-man trials or whatever extremes. It's like, here's something a little harder with 4 people that's easier for you to parse because there's just less shit on the screen because there's less people.
Yeah.
Maybe your encounter's a little bit smaller too. So it's like, but it's still like challenging with mechanics and all that. So you're still being challenged. But I don't know. It's a shame.
You're also more likely to be able to get 4 people that you know together to do that kind of content. Whereas the more people you add, the more likely you are to have to rely on other people that you don't necessarily feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. it's. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating because we've
Kind of disappointing with the
yeah
deep dungeon stuff too. I don't want harder deep dungeon.
Boss deep dungeons aren't even aren't the difficult part. It's the mobs.
yeah.
And in its current state, I would say I would not get a lot of value from having a more difficult deep dungeon.
And deep dungeons are so, I'm sorry, but deep dungeons get boring after a while. They're the same floors, they look the same. It's just the same mobs, they hit harder. And then there's traps that will randomly kill you. And that's the deep dungeon.
Like if they change up deep dungeon next expansion and it's actually worth it to go in there, I'll totally like take my word back and be like, all right, this is cool.
But think about it, they didn't even introduce deep dungeon in this expansion. Like we don't even have that 4-man content. It's weird how they think casuals like bigger parties where they can like blend in more.
No, I feel that
they want they want their mistakes to be ignorable.
Yeah. So weird. I mean, okay, maybe I'm not casual, but I think I'm a definitely casual. I'm
You're mid-core.
Mid-core is the word I was looking for. But I feel like I lean casual, but I don't want just that. I don't want to just be a tiny ant in a giant ant colony flying around in this massive map.
That's what 24-mans are for. Like, all right, this is what I'm the big drone in the big old meatball of damage.
Yeah,
I do my thing. I get my drop.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention
because sometimes that's good to have content like that where you can be anonymous and you can fuck up and die without everyone raging at you.
Zaner is right in the chat too that it's like you'll still get fucking blamed if you die in like savage content with 8-mans.
Yeah.
You can't cheese your way through that.
So
and get carried.
because he's essentially saying if you die in any savage. Well, let's say what's the current tier now? I cannot remember where we are in the savage. I haven't rated in a very long time.
Eden's Promise.
Eden's Promise, the last boss at launch. If you die, let's say you're a white mage, you die. I think you're gonna get a little flack from your raid team if you die on a stupid mechanic. That's just part of raiding. Is that you need to coordinate, and if you fuck up, you fuck. I mean, you don't have to shout at your teammates. You don't have to be a toxic raid team.
Be nice.
Yeah, that's a completely different thing. But yeah,
I hope one day he kind of walks is kind of thinking back or thinks about it differently because 8-man raiding isn't always what I'm into.
Right.
I want to have to find 8 people or get 8 to 7 other people geared up. Even if they are my friends or aren't, or party finder with pugs. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. I find his answer to be confusing, but whatever. Well, maybe. I don't know. Yoshi-P, sometimes he says weird things. Okay, question. Next question. Yeah.
Even if they made dungeons, remember when they were as difficult as like Pharaoh Sirius at launch? That'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I remember Pharaoh Sirius. I mean, it was. To be fair, Pharaoh Sirius was released as a normal dungeon, so it had it been released as like, oh, this is a new tier of dungeon, this is like hardcore dungeons, then that would definitely work. But releasing it as a normal dungeon, God, the screams of the people I was in, like doing it with, where we had to abandon because time ran out. We didn't even make it to Siren in time. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't think you should put that in like your daily roulette. Probably not. But if it's an option to do content similar to that, on a weekly or daily schedule, I think there's an audience for that.
Yeah. Try it. They like trying stuff. Why are they so afraid of trying this?
Flows came out
because
pretty
people
good.
hated it back then, and they thought, "Oh, we'll never do it again."
You did it wrong. You did it wrong.
You did do it.
Okay. Is there any chance we will see challenge achievements implemented for savage raids in the future? For example, clearing a fight within a certain time limit or with disadvantageous conditions. It seems like a feature that could extend the content in an interesting way for raiders that like to challenge themselves. This is a really...
Is this mythic?
I'm not a WoW mage. I
Neither are mage.
Mythics are more for dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for dungeons. Yeah. Oh, mythic dungeons. This is more like... Well, I think this is a good question. I do feel there's room for consideration on this type of addition. And for the last year or so, I've been pondering some rough ideas on how this could work. I did consider the possibility of a condition to clear a certain dungeon in a specified amount of time, but there are many things to consider, even something as simple as how do we determine the beginning and end. Though I suppose if we implemented a clock or timer that counts down after players enter the dungeon, it wouldn't be impossible. I will continue to look into this a bit more and give it some thought. Don't you try to make that like a new thing, Yoshi-P, because that's definitely a 1.0 feature. Because if you cleared a dungeon within a certain time, you got an extra chest and stuff. Yeah.
Also, isn't there already a timer when you enter?
There is. There is a timer. Interesting, because I was gonna say when I saw this a question. My background lights just continuously fall. It's because of my Roomba. I left my Roomba got stuck in the wiring, and then it pulled it off the wall, and now it won't stick back up. Anyways, that's some behind the scenes for you, some drama with the Roomba. All right. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting thing because this having stuff like that was definitely the way they were going in 1.0, where they were like, you could do it faster, you could do it. You could pick rooms. This is for dungeons, of course. I don't think there was anything implemented for trials, like in raids like this. There were no raids. Dungeons were raids in 1.0. Warm Vale was a raid. You're just gonna have to live with that.
I know.
It was. Yeah, I think that would be. I've always missed that. I was a little disappointed when A Realm Reborn came out, and I learned that there were no additional achievements. But we've talked about how that would be annoying, getting that in a roulette, and someone's like, "Guys, we're getting this achievement," and then you'd be like, "No, God, fuck." We have to clear the whole dungeon, and we have to do it in less than 15 minutes. Go.
We're doing every stop on Brayflocks, doing every fucking mob.
But
we're going everywhere.
The Duty Finder has changed a lot since then. Nowadays, we could just put that as like like chat says, like a tick. You could have that as like a challenge mode, and then you can queue up like that with a preformed party. We desperately need a way to keep old dungeons alive, like in a better we have a lot of dungeons. We have a lot. More than most MMOs, I think, have. Like, we have many dungeons. It's slowed down now that we only get one per patch, or per every other patch, right? No,
it's one per patch.
Oh, it's one per patch.
We're not that destitute right now.
Oh, you just wait for Endwalker roll up. We're gonna get one every other patch. But yeah, having like achievements would be great. But he's talking about raids, of course, but it could apply to everything in this game.
In terms of the modular challenge type thing that they're talking about, something we have now that there's no achievement for doing any of this is soloing dungeons as a blue mage. It's actually very fun and it's very challenging. Not trash though.
No.
Only fighting the bosses is fun.
Yeah.
Trash is always the same.
Yeah.
That's the boring part of soloing as a blue mage.
Yeah.
You just freeze them and then you use, Shiver or whatever it's called? Or I can't remember.
Ultra vibration.
Ultra vibrations. And then
But like when I soloed Mist Dragon is one of the most one of the greatest feelings of accomplishment I've felt in this game, personally.
Okay.
Making dungeons solo, like with solo challenges in mind, would be kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Would. Well, he's giving it some thought. We'll see what happens.
Consider it.
I wonder if he specifically mentioned clear a dungeon a specified amount of time. If he mentioned that because that's the easiest to implement, because it's still in there in the code somewhere because it used to be part of dungeons. All right, next question. When it comes to raid content, are there specific identities the team envisions for each of the DPS job roles? Melee, physical, ranged, and ranged magic. Now that we can expect another melee DPS with Endwalker, which nearly balances the number of ranged and melee jobs, has the team changed the way they approach designing raids to account for the potential shift of number of players playing in these different job roles? I'm curious if the damage bonus for having each DPS role in a group has any relation to how the team feels about raid compositions and job identities.
Well, you see, if you're a melee DPS, just die. if you're a melee DPS with positionals, just die.
Okay, Yoshida says, each of the DPS roles do have a clear intended place in battle, but it would be appreciated if you can allow me to refrain from making that information public.
Oh.
Yeah, you step back, sir. Don't. The reason I ask this is that depending on how these roles fit within a specific piece of content, there could be cases in which those intentions cannot be fully realized. We always strive to meet our goals for each role, but there are times where we have to deviate from these intentions, or that it happens despite our best efforts. We try to adjust how much damage one can deal without making any one DPS role more advantageous than the other, but it is truly difficult to perfect this. You may have noticed this already, but starting with each piece of battle content in patch 5.4, we've been very careful to make sure we're doing additional testing to ensure melee DPS are not at too much of a disadvantage. We paid specific attention to things such as the size of the boss's hitbox and max melee range to ensure a more level playing field for the roles. When it comes to the topic of adding new jobs with an expansion pack release, both I and the development team are very particular about adding a DPS as a new job. Inevitably, many players prefer to play DPS jobs and deal damage. Due to this tendency, I believe it is imperative to add a DPS role to entice new players as well as satisfy existing players. Balancing out the number is based on our hope that the selection does not become skewed. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I don't really have anything to add to that. It's stuff that he's technically said that last part before. Players that come to the game, they mostly play DPS. Most people that join an MMO want to go DPS. It's I mean, no offense, but it is the easiest thing to do in an MMO.
It's not a responsibility.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the flashiest job.
It's the flashiest job. It's the easiest to do, and there's less. I mean, when I say easiest, I mean it's the easiest to just like. You go in there, you know what you're doing. You're there to kill the thing, and you don't have to think about anything else. My job, kill everything. Of course, playing your job well is another thing. That's a completely different.
Yeah, if you're gonna be going through it for the story too, like, I mean, like, yeah, you could do it as a healer, but you're hitting a lot of things, a lot of overworld mobs sometimes for quests and that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess tank's fine too, for that. But yeah, DPS just play samurai, hit the fucking Madare button and kill them.
Yeah.
I will say, I've heard a lot of people objecting to the fact that he claims that beginning with 5.4, they've been placing greater consideration on how melee DPS are not at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the case at higher levels of content.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. That's all I have. That's all I have on this. All right. I would, of course, also like to ask questions. Our PvP players may be interested at. Oh, I'm listening. You know, this is our content. You mentioned in February the plan for new small-scale PvP mode. Is there anything you can hint at in terms of exactly what scale small scale might be? Is this something just smaller than our current front lines, or could this mean something as small scale or even smaller than the Feast 2v2 duels, for example?
Oh, I forgot about this actually. I remember. I'm always down to give PvP a shot every single time. Though it's let me down every single time.
Yeah.
But
Yoshida says, I will create an opportunity to provide more details separately, so I will avoid getting into too many details. However, generally speaking, it will be much smaller than Frontline, while being at least the same or slightly larger scale than the Feast. One reason for this is that the Feast tends to put a lot of pressure and responsibility on each individual player due to how few can participate at one time. That's all I can say for the time being. Oh, but we've decided on the content's name.
Nice.
Why are people so afraid of the responsibility? What is this constant fear? I understand. I mean, I stopped tanking because I got yelled at too much. That's why I became a white mage, which didn't really help. Got yelled at just as much. Just the people that yelled at me changed. It was just now the tank yelling at me. But I don't know. I mean, I guess there are toxic players, but
yeah. I will say the Feast is where I feel the most fear of failure.
Yeah.
So it's so you have to be so dialed in and hyper focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant experience, you tell me. But
but it's so sad that we're losing content because people are bad. That's how I feel.
Or afraid of being bad.
Yeah, or afraid of being bad.
And then they make that thing, and it's in the Feast now where you can't communicate, right?
Yeah.
You can only use...
But then people find ways to abuse that. Good job, remember? Everyone just used good job, and that became a harassment thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I want 14 to have good PvP, but front lines is too big, and that makes it feel like the damage meatball where I don't contribute anything.
Right.
And nothing I do matters. The Feast is too small and very... it's very like I said, you have to be so hyper-focused, and it doesn't... It also feels like I'm not doing anything at the same time.
Right, yeah.
Just being the DPS and just hitting the healer. I think you're healing. You're hitting the healer. The tank's yanked you away. You're back on the healer. You're hitting the healer. They've healed themselves. That's what it feels like every single time. And I'm like, please, this give and pull just sucked, and it feels like I'm never winning.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not good at PvP, so I'll fully admit that maybe I'm just that bad.
Well, we played... Rollo, you're not there. No, you weren't there, I think.
We did play before in the Feast.
We lost miserably because there was a pro PvP team there, and we
played them 3 times. Yeah. We queued up every single time. It was just them.
It was always them. It was horrible, actually. But when we played it last time, that was quite fun.
Because we were playing against viewers.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, we were playing against viewers, which could be worse because they could just stream snipe us and know what we were talking about.
Yeah, but they couldn't communicate with each other, so that was their disadvantage.
That's true.
Were you guys doing the Feast?
Yeah.
We were doing the Feast.
Why would it matter? Because you're just... What are you guys going to say to each other aside from hit the healer?
Let's say who... you don't just hit the healer. There are other avenues, but yeah. As professional PvP players, we won one match or two. Did we win? No, it's just one.
We won one, and then we're like, oh, that's it. We succeeded.
Yeah.
You don't get a second chance.
Not running that back.
If you think Frontlines is too big and the Feast is too small, what do you think of Rival Wings, Rollo?
I think it's almost just right. I still think it's too big because of the size of the map and the size of the teams. I almost kind of wish it was one lane 8v8. That could be
ARAMs?
Yeah, basically. I feel like that might be super fucking boring. This is just off top of my head, so I could be out of my mind and so wrong. But I like PvP to where like it feels like what I'm doing matters, whether it be damage, tank stuff, or healing. And also I want it to, like, if I die, I don't want it to be the end of the world.
Right.
Which I know sounds like the complaint of like what he was saying about raids.
Yeah.
For like small stuff, but I feel like PvP is kind of a different beast, and I feel like you can get some fun mechanics in there with like the mechs, the other side objectives. Like I don't know, I don't know, just make payload in PvP.
I know I compared it to like ARAMs in Dota, or actually I don't know if that's what they call them, Dota or League of Legends. But I think one where there is one top lane and one like a lower lane, I think could work.
So two
as
lane?
your
So just 2 lanes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like it's not even because like Rival Wings is 3 lanes right now, and then there's the jungle.
Yeah.
So my idea would be the top lane and then the jungle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you could do a lot more interesting stuff with PvP with side objectives. And Rival Wings almost gets there for me with like the fuel stuff, and it's almost there, but it feels like it still feels like a Zerg rush most of the time for me.
Yeah.
And just being part of the meatball isn't fun.
No. Yeah. We've talked about Rival Wings many times. It's weird, strange content that they don't show enough love. It has, like we said, it has a lot of potential. I don't know why they're not working on it. They're just adding. Yeah, go on.
We last got an update in 4.5.
Yeah.
Ooh, it has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They didn't touch it
too long.
at all this expansion.
Nope.
They definitely talked about it too. Do you remember that leading up to Shadowbreakers? People asking about PvP, and they're like, "Yeah, we got some stuff planned."
Yes, and was it for Shadowbring? Oh, they might have just gone
I
for the
thought they-
vague. Down the line.
I thought they said that they had plans for PvP, and that's how we got the new front lines map.
Yeah. Yeah. And when was the last time we saw the other map? Because we can't really play that anymore, can we?
Astragalus, we can't play on it. I don't think they're going to re-release it until
fixed it.
They're not going to re-release until it's either fixed or it's just never going to get re-released.
Yeah, exactly. They're never going to fix it, so we're just never going to get it back. It's wild.
Right. Back Astragalus, but like rework
Actual lost content. That's a war episode.
Because unlike the other face maps, you can't even enter it for fun.
No. All right. You also mentioned. Yeah, go on.
I was saying it was a nicely designed map too.
It was, yeah. It was.
It
you
looks
could
nice.
see Idleshire in the background as well. It's really cool. All right. You also mentioned this PvP content might be a bit more casual, but will there still be room for those who want challenging PvP content with rankings? Will this content feature any sort of leaderboard or competitive aspect that current Feast players can look forward to? Yoshida says, I do feel that an element of competition is very important, so I would like to continue supporting that aspect moving forward. Furthermore, I plan on implementing a new reward system in order to increase the number of competitors joining. Okay.
He talked around that question.
That was a classic Yoshida answer.
Yeah, this new content is not getting rankings, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
So, all honesty, I want you two to tell me how you feel about it. I want people to chat, I guess comments to tell me about it. Do you guys care about like leaderboards? Like with no, like, do you get something from being like on the top 100 on your server?
No.
Like, is that no?
Yeah, but not for PvP.
Not for PvP. Okay.
I definitely don't care.
Okay.
I very much enjoy being one of the top 25 Palace of the Dead scholars in Crystal.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't. I have no interest in being on any list.
And this is with no rewards in mind, just like the act of competition to be on the leaderboard.
Yeah. I can't remember if I said this last stream or not, but when XIVDB, or this last podcast, when 14 DB still existed, I did mention it. Okay, then I won't repeat
Oh,
myself.
you can go ahead and say it
You did
again. I just think it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I liked being in the top 100 of people of achievement points on Goblin.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Lastly, I will ask a few selfish questions on content I am interested in. I'm definitely excited for new content coming to Gold Saucer, but I can't help but wonder if any of the older content will see any updates, such as Chocobo Racing. You've told me previously Chocobo Racing was created by just one team member who now is a part of the Raid development team. Do you ever think to give a newbie developer a chance to make a new map for it?
That needs more than a new map.
It needs...
He's reprogramming.
Yeah. Yoshida says, honestly, there is so much content available currently that we have not been able to dedicate resources to maintain or update all of it. Grimace. However, we were able to allocate resources to updating Triple Triad, and I think that we are in a good spot with that now. I've been thinking about what we should work on next, so I'll keep that in mind as a candidate. And then he laughs. He's like, no.
Have you considered Triple Triad?
I agree with him. Triple Triad is in a good place.
I actually had thought
is that-
recently too.
Where is Chocobo Racing right now?
Where are the fans at, aside from Frosty?
Mela?
Aside from
I haven't done Chocobo Racing in a long time.
I did it once. I experienced that lag, and I was like, never again.
Yeah.
why are there lanes? What like?
Yeah, it was so
What?
disappointing because I remember when they first teased it, they were so coy about how it actually worked. They were like there were trailers for it, and there were I believe there were separate trailers for Chocobo Racing alone for 14, and it never showed any actual real it was the shots were always very short from the player perspective. And then when I got in, I'm like, oh, finally, lanes. Lanes weird fatigue meters, and it was just weird.
Yeah.
It's just a weird system.
Just fuck this crazy bad lane player input shit. Just make it like horse racing, as in you breed your Chocobo and you watch it race.
Yeah,
they make it like the Chow Garden races from Sonic.
like 11.
Exactly. Thing, Roller. That would be so much better.
That's what they had in 11. I was breeding in 11. I'm mixing games, but I know that in Chocobo Racing, you literally watched a thing, and the Chocobo ran, and that was the race. You didn't have to control anything. I don't know. They went for but what if you were in control? But not really, because it's spaghetti. It's horrible.
It's because you press the button to jump to get the power up, right? You press it, and then
the power up is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pre-jump.
yeah. That's so bad. It's incredible that it's never been fixed. You literally have to jump. Here's the thing, right? And it's up here, and here you are. You have to start jumping here to get the thing. It's crazy.
The delay is insane. I get you have to compensate for just delay in general because it's an MMO. There's that MMO Connections is amazing, but it's a 3-second delay on a jump.
Yeah, it's wild.
Insane.
Yeah.
I know that I'm about to make a comparison to a dedicated kart racer, but Mario Kart 8
unfair.
This is unfair.
Yeah.
But Mario Kart 8, whatever you see is local, and then everything around you is on a slight delay.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah. All right. So last question.
All right.
It's not going to get any less cursed with the questions here. I've enjoyed the Lord of Verminion and its use of minions to create an RTS-like minigame. Is there any chance we will see minions used similarly in other minigames? Something I always thought would be fun is a 1v1 minigame using a turn-based battle system similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. That would be
1v1
cool.
minigame using a turn-based battle system similar to Tactics. That's not what Tactics is, though.
He's saying that like it'll be based on that. Not that Tactics is like that.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or War of the Visions or whatever. If you play the fucking gacha game,
Yep.
that has PvP.
Okay.
Thank God we got to mention another gacha game on this show.
Yeah, get another one for me.
I think that's a very interesting idea, but in order to make it like the masterpiece that is Final Fantasy Tactics, we would require significant...
Of course you'd say it that way.
We would require significant sensibilities in battle and level design. That being said, I've always wanted to create some kind of content using minions or a card battle game that's different from Triple Triad, or even content that utilizes the Gambit system.
What?
Gambit system? That'd be crazy. You know what? If you
Gambit
can do,
No.
if you can make the Gambit system work in 14 as like a side minigame thing,
No.
yes, do it. I want to see it.
No. You must never.
Target foe.
No.
50%
No.
health.
And then there would be like, we would have, oh
You
God.
must cease.
Oh God. And then you have to buy the Gambits with like MGP. Oh
This
my
is-
God.
Okay, for context for people who don't know, Nikhil just finished playing 12
Yeah.
on stream.
Yeah.
We've had enough of the Gambit system. Thank you very much.
I've had my fill of Gambits. Yeah, but he's definitely... Okay, so I'm definitely looking into the possibilities. I'm trying to consider ways that will make things like these fundamentally easier to implement, but it will require years of preparations. So I hope you don't mind a bit of a wait.
On the topic of Lord of Verminion and Chocobo Racing, they made good trailers for Gold Saucer content.
They
back in the
did.
day.
They really pushed Gold Saucer for a while. And then it's funny because the two things that they really advertised a lot were the two things that failed. Lord of Verminion and Chocobo Racing.
Because they were the two instance things.
Yeah.
They have gotten much better at making instance things, which are the two gates that they added: Leap of Faith and Air Force One.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just port over Final Fantasy, War of the Visions, the hit mobile gacha game.
Shut up.
Final Fantasy 14. You go to the table in the Gold Saucer in 14. It opens up an Android emulator, and then you just have to play it. Has a good combat system. Sincerely, I like it. I mean, it's just tactics, but like pocket tactics almost.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Okay. That's it. That's the main. That's it. We don't have time for MogMail, and that means we won't have time for MogMail for a very long time. So what?
You know what?
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Your voice cut out.
You don't want to do one MogMail?
Which one? Now we have to pick.
The first one.
The first one we've read, so it has to be the second one then.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. All right. Here's MogMail. I also want to say that because of this, because we won't be able to read MogMail for a long time, we are going to have to discard a lot of MogMail that we've received because they're probably going to be outdated after FanFest. So
We're sorry.
I'm sorry about that. Which just there has not been enough time to do this recently. So that's just how it is. Let's jump into MogMail. Oh,
We did it.
all right. This one's
Yay.
from Skitty Sawatari from Moogle. Hi, everyone. So with the sad news that Garlemald is going to be ruins by the time we finally see it, I think it will sadly just be an overworld zone with trash mobs and maybe a few side quests rather than a city. So that being said, Kupo, would you rather it be a dungeon like the Stormblood dungeon we shall not name, or an overworld zone with nothing but trash mobs? Thanks for the content and keep safe in the global health crisis, Kupo. Thank you, Skitty. Yeah, well, we have talked about this before.
He's kidding.
Why? Yeah. Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, I can't fix it.
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
Start poking it, Georgie. Maybe it'll... Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah. I think this is probably likely. I don't know if... We're never going to get... I don't think it'll be... maybe part of Garlemald's going to be a dungeon. Like, when it all goes down, probably. But
I mean, I think the subway area is.
Yeah,
I think that's
right.
what they showed us.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of it will be a zone.
It could be like the subway thing could be the entry point to the Garlemald, perhaps, using the tunnels.
Yeah. The overworld area. It wouldn't be as exciting as a dungeon, I guess, but you'd probably find some neat stuff hidden in some nice vistas for your paintings.
The problem for me is that if it ends up just being a dungeon, there's a lot less you can do with it. Like, if we have an overworld, they can continuously add stuff to it. We can get like side quests for more lore dumps.
Yeah.
The Garlean Beast Tribe.
Garlean Beast Tribe. Yeah. Yeah. No, I want it to be an overworld thing, but I'm not against the idea of having a section being a dungeon as well, as long as we get the rest of Garlemald explorable.
I'm sure it's a big place.
Yeah, it should be. It's the Imperial capital, or I mean, it's it must be huge.
Maybe they'll make like the suburbs, or outskirts,
right? Because it looks like the center of the capital is a bit fucked, like too fucked.
Yeah.
So we might not be able to go there, but yeah.
I would like a section that's based on the train graveyard from 7. That'd be cool.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, I think. Overworld zone for all three of us. Thank you, Skitty. Sorry it took so long.
I'm vaccinated too, so.
Yeah, true.
Can't
1 of 3 speakers vaccinated.
First one to have COVID and first one to...
There you go. What an achievement. What a great achievements, Rollo.
I know.
Well, all right, that's it for the show, everyone. Thanks for watching. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIreland, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation, Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Whatever. You know how to do it. All right, we'll see you later, everyone. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be answering questions from the syndicate. Fuck, I need to get out of here. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye.